The crackdown on criminal activity in Vieux-Fort has resulted in the confiscation of illegal ammunition, including those used in assault rifles like the M16, the seizure of a 9mm Luger, ballistic vests and ski masks. Almost 10 people have been arrested in the past 5 days alone. The government, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force and partners have been busy at work to restore calm and bring relief to residents in the 7 constituencies following an upsurge in gun violence. Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre also invited the Regional Security System (RSS) troops here to work alongside the police force. Deputy Commissioner of Police Ronald Philip, who was part of an operation in Vieux-Fort over the weekend, stated that the tactics and overall strategy are producing results. He was questioned by reporters at the weekly pre-cabinet media conference.
Just for the record, St. Lucia is part of the regional security system. We have officers from friendly governments, Dominica, Barbados, St. Vincent, Grenada. They're in tandem with our local police officers. So we have officers on the ground in terms of trying to help de-escalate the crime situation that has happened, especially over the last few weeks. So far, I can say that the operation seems to be moving smoothly. Residents are very pleased, especially residents of Vieux-Fort. They're very happy with what they're seeing. The police, we have intensified our efforts. We've intensified patrols. We have engaged in more searches. So far, the operations are going on smoothly.
The Prime Minister also passed legislation to designate Vieux-Fort as an escalated crime zone, which grants the police expanded powers to intervene in dire situations. Philip, who welcomes the law as an added strategy to bolster crime prevention efforts, noted good faith was vital when executing these operations.
Well, we're very happy with the legislation because it gives the police more powers to operate. Now that the area is declared an escalated crime area, police officers can, once police officers are operating in good faith, it is important to note that the legislation speaks to good faith. So once police officers are operating in good faith, it gives police officers more search powers in terms of the arrest, how long somebody can be detained for. So this is good for law enforcement.
Some argue that the recently passed legislation may trample upon the privacy rights of individuals as police officers attempt to carry out their duties. The Deputy Commissioner implores officers to act professionally while advising citizens to utilize the necessary avenues to lodge complaints and grievances.
Well, as far as I know, we are a professional police organization, and during our briefing, we always speak to officers in terms of respecting the rights of others. Again, the legislation does not speak to violating human rights. It specifically states that officers who act in good faith, and acting in good faith, who want to act in good faith, they must uphold the values of the police force, which speaks to professionalism. So again, Again, if persons have any complaints, if they think that their rights are being trampled on, there are mechanisms in place. There is the police complaints unit. If you figure that the police officer does something wrong, you can take your grievances to a lawyer. So these mechanisms have always been in place. But the issue we're dealing with is not one where we're going and antagonize everybody, but the point is human rights activists have their job to play and the police have their role. So this is not going to deter our efforts. We implore your police officers to act professionally, but we are not going to be too perturbed by the complaints. Again, we respect persons' human rights. The officers are encouraged to behave professionally, but that is not going to deter our efforts. If we have reason to believe that something is happening or taking place, we are going to act.
Some have reportedly expressed frustration with the justice system, while the police are making headway in bringing the crime situation to heel in Vieux-Fort. They argue that although perpetrators are being arrested and charged, the granting of bail in low sums is tantamount to a slap on the wrist for offenders and undermines the efforts of the police officers who put their lives on the line. Lucia Police, HDS News Force.